Hello, 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 Facebook family. Hello to all of those bookers out there. I'm going to wait a moment. So if someone is able to get on with me today, um, I will be able to chat with you and we can talk about the 7 healing tips for the mind, for your mind. When you come in, just please state where you are coming in from, share, and that's about it. Hope you are inspired today. I hope that I share something with you that will resonate with you. I hope today's video will be better as yesterday. Yesterday's video was breaking up pretty bad. So we're going to try it here today in my office and see if this works. And if not, then I think it might be my equipment. So hopefully you can hear me okay. All right, so let's get started. Woo, woo, woo. Woo, woo, woo. Y'all know I'm crazy. So today, first, my name is Keisha Laluz Carter, and I am coming to you to share 7 healing tips for your mind. I am so excited to be able to share these tips with you, as these are things that I've done, that I've experienced firsthand, that I've done to help to heal my mind. And it's a process that I have to do on an ongoing basis. And you will hear me say that often. This is not, if this is something that you struggle with, any negativity or feeling, like you, like helpless. There have been times where I felt helpless because I did not know how to get out of my situation. If you're feeling anything like that, then this is something that you want to do on an ongoing basis. Okay? Now, my passion, I am passionate about transforming lives and helping to empower others. Okay, I want you to understand that this is not something that I'm doing just because I'm passionate about it. I get thrilled anytime I'm able to pour into others and help to empower them and encourage them. So this is something that I'm bringing to you, bringing to the world, just because my heart is compassionate in sharing everything that I've learned in my lifetime with you. And I'm going to continue to, as long as God gives me life, health, and strength, I will continue to pour into the lives of others that I come in contact with. All right, so what I do, I help women and sometimes men to discover their purpose. I help them to help them with their businesses. Actually, I've also helped women, countless women, learn how to share their story and discover their power so that they can walk in their divine destiny. And that's what I am passionate about, and I am going to continue to do here through Facebook and as a speaker and as a coach. So if this is something that you see that you want to bring to your company, your organization, to your group, then just reach out to me. You can send me a message, an inbox for more information, or you can contact me. I'm going to put that in the information in the comment section. You can contact me at laluzspeaks.com. Okay, so there you have it. All right, so let's get into this. Please share, and I'm looking forward to hearing your comments and your feedback. All right, so what we are talking about again is 7 keys, 7 healing tips for your mind. Okay, it's love after cancer, and although, excuse me, I'm talking about cancer, my experience is cancer. Your experience might be something totally different. It's okay. It's okay. Let me let you understand something. The mind, people have had several things happen to them, and that has impacted their mindset. So just understand and know that this is not just for those of you who have or had cancer. Okay? You can apply this to your life regardless of what you've been through. Okay? All right. So the first thing that I talked about on Monday was filtering, right? You want to, I shared 7 ways of flushing out toxicity, a mental cleansing, so that you can cleanse your mind, right? And the 7 things you want to do to cleanse your mind is to meditate and pray, right? You want to have affirmations, okay? Affirmations. You want to be grateful, have gratitude. You want to exercise and take time to get massages to help relax your mind. Okay, not only your body but your mind. And number 5, you want to assess yourself. Doing a self-assessment. Think about what you feel when you do certain things, or think about how you respond to things. Think about what you say when different situations happen, right? So a self-assessment, a total self-assessment. Then you want to journal. That's 6, and then journal and reflect. And then 7 is recognition and reversal. You want to recognize the behavior that you need to work on and fix or change, and then you want to then go through the process of reversal so that you can take steps or even a leap to a healthier mindset. So on Tuesday, I talked about prayer and 7 keys of effective prayer. And then on Wednesday, yesterday, I talked about the importance of giving thanks and being grateful. Okay. So I talked about 7 keys to having a meaningful Thanksgiving, how it's not only for you, but you want to thank others. Okay. I mean, when I say only for you, only for God. It's not something you just want to praying and thank God for the blessings and all that He's done for you. You want to also give thanks to others. And I share some ways that you can give thanks. And I'm going to have to do that one again because apparently that video was not that clear. So I will definitely make that time up. So for those of you who want to, hear what I shared. All right, so today I'm going to talk about affirmations, and I'm going to share 10 keys to affirm yourself. Okay, 10 things, 10 ways, 10 keys of affirming you. You, all right? A lot of times, and I can speak for myself, because I like empowering others, I like encouraging people and motivating them. I spend a lot of time affirming other people. But how often are you affirming yourself? How often are you taking time to pour into your vessel? You need to think about that. This is something that is so important when you are looking at cleaning your mind, healing your mind, thinking about ways that you can enrich your thoughts. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and let me see. Okay. So the first thing when you think about affirmation, this is something that you want to do on a regular basis, right? This is defined as the action or process of affirming something or being affirmed. Okay, this is something that you do that might be an emotional support or encouragement, right? And some synonyms would be like making a declaration or a statement or an assertion, proclamation, or pronouncement. Okay. So when you make an affirmation for yourself, we're talking about you today. Okay. You want this declaration, this statement to empower you, right? You want this to be something that makes you feel better, that makes you more productive, that gets you to action, that will help to motivate you to make a change. You know, when I talk about that recognition and reversal, those affirmations help in that process. Okay, so first you want to speak what you want to see. You want to make that statement. What is it that you want to see in your life? What is it that you want to see for yourself? So, for example, I grew up with low self-esteem. Didn't love myself. I didn't value myself. I didn't think that I was worthy. Okay, so one of the things that I had to do was the total opposite. When you are doing an affirmation and making that declaration and statement, you want to affirm yourself with positive words. Okay, and that's number 2. You want to turn your negatives into positives. So me having low self-esteem, I needed to say something different. I am amazing. I am bold. I am courageous. Okay. So you want to say what it is that you want to see. I wanted to see myself stronger because I felt so weak for so long. I didn't like how people treated me. I didn't like how I was spoken to. I didn't like how I responded to things and to situations and to people. And so within my process of making that having that recognition and reversal, I started paying attention to what I did that made me feel inferior or less than or not as amazing or beautiful or whatever. And so I had to change the thoughts that I was saying to myself. And some of those things were like, I noticed in my body, and I know that this goes back to the recognition and reversal, right? And I had to recognize how my body responded to different things. Like when I felt weak, what did my body do? How was I standing? How was I talking? And then I had to come up with declarations and affirmations that would change my thought process at that moment. So one of the things I paid attention to was other people that I felt, they exhibited or they had the strength that I wanted. So I looked at how they stood. I looked at how they spoke and how they responded to situations. And so I started standing different. I started speaking different. My posture changed. And all of this happened over several years. This is not something that I just discovered and then boom, here I am, and that's it. No, the person that you see today has been a long process. This has been a drawn out process of many years. And people who knew me back then, they could tell you, this girl has been through a process. Let me tell you. And I've had moments where I've fallen off and I've had to pick myself back up again, and try it all over again. And so I had to start saying what it is that I want to see, what it is that I want to see for myself in my life, and how I want it to be as an amazing woman of God, right? So I took those negative things, that's number 2. I took the negative things and flipped them around to positive things. And I was just on a training just about a week or two ago, a few weeks ago, and we had to do that exercise. And I just laughed because I said, this is something that I have to do often. And if I don't do it, after a while, then something will take place, or I'll have something, in my home or whatever that'll remind me that I need to do it again. And then I do it, and I make that change. I want to share something with you that you can do. Let's see. Did I bring it with me? Okay, so while I look for that, I'm going to look for that. I thought I had it here in my bag. I hope it's here. But I'll have some examples that I created, and I thought I put them here. I pray to God that I didn't leave them, but if I did, then I'm going to just do some more and share it with you. But so in the meantime, we have you want to speak what you want to see. That's the first step. And then the second step is that you want to turn those negatives that's playing like a broken record in your head over and over and over again, causing you to do the same things over and over and over again. So you want to turn those things into positives. Okay. And then number three, you want to post them and have them where you can see them often, see them on a regular basis. Okay. Give me one moment. Okay, I know it's here. It's gotta be because I found my other ones. There they are. Nope, that's not it. It's here. It's gotta be here. Something leaked in my bag and I had to clean it out. And I'm praying to God that I put it in here. Okay, so it looks like they're not there. And if they are, I just don't see them. And that's okay too, because I can make new ones. All right, so let's see. All right, so what I did was I have these cards and I put them in the bag because I wanted them to be, I didn't want to lose any of them. And so they're different colors. And right, the reason why I started off doing different colors because I wanted it to be where one color will represent my affirmations for myself, affirmations for my family, for my daughter and I, affirmations for my business, affirmations, you understand, for my health. So that's the reason why I did that. All right, so I'm going to share these with you at the end, how I take cards like this. I mean, I've even taken recycled paper, like there's something on one side and then I cut it up into like fours or whatever, and then I on the back side I just reuse it, get some markers or a pen, and I write my affirmations and I put them up in my home. I also do this with scriptures, and I'm going to share some of those with you on how you can take the word of God and affirm yourself with it, because there's power in the word. All right, so you want to put them where the third key is to put the affirmations that you write down. So like you have your card, you write it down, put it where you can see them often. Okay, so in your office, some people, I know they have stuff all up around their desk. Why not put something that you're going to look at often at your desk that's going to empower you? Okay, so number 4, one of the things that you want to do, you know what, before I go on, I could do this exercise right now. So let's talk about the scriptures. that can empower you, that can affirm you. There are some scriptures like the one in Joshua chapter 1 verse 9 that says, in the New International Version, have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. So, what I would do in creating my little card here, you can write on the lines or on the other side that doesn't have lines, or you can just buy them like this without lines. You can buy them white, however you want to do it. I don't care, just as long as it gets done. So, what I would do is that I would take this scripture, have I not commanded you, be strong and courageous, and I would flip it around and say, I am strong and courageous. And then I would say, for, let me see, you can write it bigger, because I wrote it on one line because I know I'm going to add some others on there. I am strong and courageous, and I'm going to put a few on there. Another one is, let me see, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That one is, okay, perfect. I can write it just like that. I can do all things through Christ. I know I love music. I think it's in my blood. Oh, I come from a family of musicians and singers. And my daughter loves music, singing all the time, dancing. Okay, so as you can see here, I have written, I am strong and courageous. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. All right, and then if I want to add another one, I can say, I let the peace of Christ, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't state. The last one I just said, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, is from Philippians 4 and 13. Okay, the next one I'm going to share with you is Colossians 3 and 15 that says, I let the peace of Christ rule in my heart. As a member of one body, I am called to peace and I am thankful. So I would write it just like that. I let the peace of Christ rule in my heart. Because peace, the world didn't give it to me. The world can't take it away. I let the peace of Christ this not gonna fit. Rule in my heart. This is tight. I wrote too big. All right, so I would just take this, and you might want to write them smaller, larger, and have one card for each line. But what I do, I just run through them. Sometimes, like if you have them in different places of your house, you put them up on the wall, right? You might put them in your room, put them around your mirror, right? However you choose to do it. Put it on the refrigerator, put it in the bathroom. So while you brushing your teeth, you are reading, I am strong and courageous, and giving yourself that eye, looking in the mirror and believing that thing and saying it until you believe it. Like I said the other day, how I used to stand in the mirror and say something, I was saying affirmation to myself about myself, And it was because I didn't love my body. I wasn't pleased with it, especially after what I had been through with cancer. And so I was like, I'm strong and courageous. And I would just, I mean, when I was talking about my body, for example, I would just say it and look in the mirror with confidence and just belt it out until I believed it. And so the same thing with speaking over yourself. I am strong and courageous. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Right? I let the peace of Christ rule in my heart. What? Nobody else can get in this heart. Unless I let it. I let the peace of Christ rule in my heart. And you say it with confidence and boldness. And let me tell you, it's going to manifest. If you didn't have peace when you started, I guarantee you will. It will come, because there's power in your words. There's power in your tongue, right? There's death and life in the power of the tongue, right? My good book says that. All right, so that's what I would do. And so number 4, when you speak over yourself, when you have your affirmations and you're taking them and reading them, maybe even have some in your car, take them on your job, take them to the doctor's office. So when you're sitting there waiting, you can read a couple of them, whatever you have to do so that you can transform your mind, right? Doesn't the word say to do that? He says to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Let me tell you what that scripture comes from. That is Romans 12:2. It says, do not be conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Hello. Let me tell you, you will prove it. You will prove it, but you have to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And you cannot do that just one time. You have to be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind every single day. Every day you have to work towards it. All right, so when you speak, you want to, number 4, speak with power and authority. Know who you are and be sure. And if you're not sure, you speak it until you see it. And I used to say, you speak it until you seize it, until you have that thing, right? So I am strong and courageous. I am strong and courageous. I am strong and courageous. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. That's how you do that thing. You speak so boldly and so confidently until if somebody walks by and hears you, they will wonder what in the world is going on. They will wonder what has happened to Keisha. Who is this woman? Yes. Let me tell you, this is what I did. And let me tell you, it transformed my life. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. It will transform your life. It's what you are telling yourself about yourself. And I can tell you this because this has been my life. I spent time and time again in the bed, couldn't move, stricken by my own mind, playing tricks on me. Couldn't get up out of the bed. Things just rolling and rolling and rolling in my head. I mean, when I say the devil's playground, he was having a ball with me. And I made a decision. I made a conscious decision. And I've made a huge effort to change my thinking. And like I said, I have to do it often. But as you speak with the power and the authority, you have to, when you're unsure, you will become sure because there's power in your tongue, all right? So you're unsure, then that's when you speak with your power, with that power and authority. If you're timid and you're shy, number 5, practice being bold and courageous, okay? Practice having the confidence. Practice speaking stronger. I had to do that. I didn't understand why. They always say spoke so soft and timid and shy. I didn't understand why, how I could change that. I didn't understand what I needed to do to make a difference. Well, again, like I said earlier, I had to pay attention to my body language. I had to pay attention to one of the areas that I felt it the most whenever I would become shy and very timid. My stomach would do this weird thing. And I felt like my emotions, which one of my friends, she used to say I was pure emotion. All of my emotions was right in my belly. And that's where I felt the weakness, the shyness, the timidity. And I began to strengthen it. I would literally tighten my stomach so that I could push through whatever it was that I was struggling to push through. And so I had to practice being bold and courageous. I had to practice strengthening my voice. I had to practice talking like this. It is not comfortable when you have been unsure and like this happened in my mid to late 20s. I had cancer at 28 years old. The beginning process of the diagnosis started when I was 27. And that's when I started changing my life. I was old, even though that's not old to a lot of people. For me, I felt like that's old. This is something that should have been worked on when I was younger, but I didn't know how. And so this is what I've done. This is what I did. It's been a process. When I say I could write a book about all of the different strategies and the different things that I have to do on a regular basis just to keep myself going so that I won't go back to that. Because let me tell you, if you've been doing something for so long and then you pull yourself up out of it, you can go back there if you're not paying attention, if you're not aware, and if you start doing those same habits that you did before. So that's number 5. Practice being bold and courageous. Practice having that confidence. Okay. Then you have number 6. Number 6 is that you want to walk in your future right now. So when you are affirming yourself and you're saying, hey, I want to, even for those business owners, people who are in business, you want to see something different in your business. You want to create affirmation. That's what I had examples of, but luckily they're in my phone because it's something that I programmed actually to go off on like an alarm in my phone every day. And it's affirmations to support your business success, which was adopted from Debrina Jackson Gandy. I don't know her, but one of my business partners shared this and I copied it, put it in my phone, and I began to say it. And I stopped saying it. And whenever I stopped, I knew I stopped because I would not see the same productivity in my business. So let me tell you a few of them. One of them, and I've written these down because I feel like in this season, 2018, I want to make sure that I am affirming not only myself, but speaking over my business, speaking over my health, my body, speaking over my child, my family, okay, my home. I'm serious about this thing right here, okay? And I know it works. So for affirmations to support your business success, number 1 is I value and take time to think about, pray about, and meditate on my business. Number 2, daily, I strive to let at least 3 people know about my business. I am a powerful leads generator and enroller that magnetizes quality business partners to my team. And this is for my jewelry business with Tracy Lynn Fashion Jewelry. And these are affirmations that support direct sales in the direct sales industry. And you can take these affirmations. Well, I can take these affirmations that I have and I can adapt them for any business that I have, for my other business. Okay, so what I would do is write, like I said, write these down, read them every day, and you want to walk in your future right now. What does that look like? So when you think about, let me give you an example. I am currently working full time, but one day I know I won't be working for someone else. I will be working for myself 100%. And so what do? I affirm that. I speak it and I see it. Okay, that's actually one of these keys, is to start seeing yourself there. Mirror, doing it in the mirror, visualizing. Okay, that's so important. I did a lot of visualizing when I had cancer, and I truly believe that visualizing is a big part of healing. Visualizing and affirming yourself, speaking over yourself. I truly believe there's power in what you say, but in also with what you see. There's power in what you allow to go in your ears, because what you hear, what does the word also say? It says faith comes by hearing and hearing and hearing, right? I always add many hearings, but faith comes by hearing. And that you can find that in Romans 10 and 17. Faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. When you hear something enough times, like if someone tells you you're sorry, you won't be nothing, you ain't gonna never be nothing, your mama never been nothing, your daddy never been nothing, you ain't gonna be nothing. But guess what? 9 times out of 10, you will believe that, and your actions will follow. So your words, the body tends to follow what you speak. The body tends to follow what you think. And 9 times out of 10, the body tends to follow what you hear. So that's why we have to be protectors over our thoughts, protectors over what we hear, and guard our mouths and think about what we are saying before we say it. So walking in your future right now. Start doing some of those things that you want to see happen in your life. Start right now, right? Walk in your future. See your future and then start walking towards it. And I guarantee you, those affirmations are just going to support you in what you are trying to do and what you desire. Right? Number 7. So that's 6. Number 7 is have some expectations. What do you expect to happen in your life? What do you expect to see happen for your children, for your home? What do you expect to see happen in your career, right? What about the things that you can't control? You see behind me is I'm in my office for my nonprofit. It says, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. That was something that I said often when I had cancer. I would say this right there so much. That's why I named my business Serenity, Courage, and Wisdom, because I want that to be a reminder, a constant reminder. I can't control some things in my life, right? But give me the serenity. There it is. Give me the serenity to accept the fact that I can't change some things. Give me some courage, God, so that I can accept the things that I can change. Help me make that change. And that's what we're talking about today. Sometimes you need that courage so that you can make those changes in your life. And I'm going to need some wisdom so I know which is which. Which are the things that I cannot change and which are the things that I can't change, right? So you gotta have some expectations that are realistic. When I say realistic, I mean recognizing there are some things you can't change. But expect to see a transformation in your mind. Expect to see a transformation in your body. You know, I have an ideal weight in my mind and what I want to see for my body. I expect it to happen, but guess who's gonna have to do the work? Me. I'm gonna have to do the work. But a part of that is working on transforming my thinking by saying the affirmations, then of course implementing the necessary actions that I need to take, right? But I gotta have some expectations, have some morals and values. Sometimes you gotta increase those things. You have to go to another level and level up, right? So what are your expectations that you have for yourself? And if you don't have any expectations, then today's your day. You need to get started right now. Expect God to make a move in your life. Expect someone to come to you and bless you. Expect that new home for yourself. Expect it to happen. And I guarantee you, when you put together your affirmations and your level of expectation for whatever it is that you are seeking God for, you're seeking in your life, I believe that there's just some amazing power that comes with coupling those things together. Your affirmation and expecting it to happen. And that goes back to what you believe. Okay? You got to have some expectations. You know, are you looking and expecting for your body to be healed, even if you don't know if it's going to happen or not? I expect something to change. And if it's whatever God's will be, will be. But I have a level of expectation. And when I started challenging, I put it out there. I said, okay, God, I expect your word to come to pass because that's what you promised me in your word. You said that by your stripes I'm healed. I expect to see your word come to pass. And even though I was saying it back in the back of my mind, I was like, okay, is this going to happen for real? I don't know. But I had the expectation in my heart and I said it until I believed it. Number 8, you want to start seeing yourself there. Did I say that already? You want to start seeing yourself there, walking in your future. Then you want to have that expectation that's going to happen. And then you want to start seeing yourself there. And that's the visualizing that you want to do. You want to see yourself in that office. You want to see yourself walking into the door of your new home, have the key, turning the knob, walking in the door. You want to see yourself doing that. You want to see yourself writing a check with a whole lot of zeros, right? You want to see yourself going to the bank with the cash, asking for a withdrawal for the cash amount that you want to pay off all of your debt. Whatever it is, you want to visualize your child coming home and saying, I love you, right? You want to visualize yourself going into an office where there's peace and joy and camaraderie, right? Visualize yourself doing it. See yourself already there, all right? Number 9, what do you believe to be true? Because if you don't believe it, it's going to put a damper in what you're saying. So with this card here that says, I am strong and courageous, I might not believe it right now. But while I'm saying this, while I'm saying I am strong and courageous, I have to start believing it. I have to start telling myself, I I actually wrote I wrote out I am statements, this long sheet of paper. I just went and I wrote out all I am. I am this. I am an amazing mother. I am powerful. I am bold and courageous. I am talented, right? I wrote out all of these I am statements, and I used to carry that paper with me to the point where it was practically ripped up, and I would say it everywhere, say it all the time. I took it everywhere I went until I believed it was true. So what do you believe to be true? Because if you believe the opposite, that's what you're drawing closer to you. That's what you're drawing into your life. What do you believe is going to take place? So once when we talk about transforming your thoughts, transforming your mind, when you are believing that this shift is going to take place, that's when the magic happens. I truly believe that. That magic happens when you have a strong level of belief. And I'm going to tell you, there is a story in the Bible that talks about when Jesus goes to heal this child, he had only specific people in the room with him. He couldn't let everyone else in the room. And I truly believe it's because they didn't have the faith. They didn't believe that he had the power to heal. Because if you have even the ounce of doubt, that puts a damper in the manifestation that you are speaking about, that you are expecting to happen. There are some things that I'm expecting, that I'm believing God for, and that I'm speaking over myself and over my life. I'm expecting it to happen. I can't state when it's going to happen because I don't have that power. But what I can do is continue to see it, visualize it, say it, and believe it, walk in it, and start seeing it happening. Okay? And then the last thing, number 10, is to record yourself affirming yourself. And then play it back so that you can hear it for yourself. We tell people, we can tell others all the time about different things that they could do to help themselves. You could encourage someone, you can correct someone. But how many times have you corrected yourself? I have written things that have empowered other people. And then when I was going through something, I remember one of my prayer partners saying, Keisha, remember that time when you said such, such, and such? And I looked at them like, did I say that? Really? I said that. I can't believe I said that. Because God sometimes just gives you amazing words. And then you're like, wow, did I say that? I don't even remember saying that. But record yourself being empowered, right? Doing that, record yourself empowering yourself and listen to it and allow yourself to be encouraged. Encourage yourself. All right, so I hope this helps you. Just know that we just have to take a moment and speak what we want to see, turn our negatives into positives, and put up our affirmations where we can see it. Like I said, I have this, I don't know when this lady gave me this, it had to be a few years ago, where for my business, where I actually have it go off on my phone so that I can read it. You want to turn those negatives into positives and put them where you can see it often, right? Speak with your power and authority and be sure, right? Know who you are. If you don't know, start seeking it out. Start looking into who you are. Even ask people to tell you about yourself. What do they see when they look at you? What do they think when they see you? Because a lot of times it's true. Sometimes it's not. But a lot of times it's true. Be bold and courageous and practice confidence. Practice walking out your boldness and confidence. Have walk in your future right now. Don't wait for it to one day happen. Okay, have some expectations. Start seeing yourself there. Look in the mirror. Visualize yourself there. Speak into the mirror at yourself. It's not crazy. Not crazy. What do you believe to be true? Start thinking about your beliefs and strengthen those beliefs by recognizing them. If they're weak, what do you need to do to make them stronger? And record yourself affirming yourself and be encouraged. Okay? Listen to the playback and watch how God will take something that you might not value and turn it around into something so amazing and beautiful. I look forward to hearing what you do to affirm yourself. How do you encourage yourself? And I would like to know what your thoughts are about today's recording. And please join me at the Love After Cancer community. The link is right there in the post. And if you are interested in me coming to speak to you in your organization, just send me an email. I put a website, Lord, it's Laluz Speaks at gmail.com. I don't know what I wrote. Laluz Speaks at gmail.com. All right, so the laluzspeaks.com website will be up. It's not up yet, so don't go there. Coming soon. All right. Thanks again for taking a moment to watch this live video. I love you for real. And until next time, I'll be back and I will talk to you about the next healing tip for your mind. God, have a good night. Bye-bye.